Welcome to The Relay, a podcast from Gulf Relay where we dive behind the scenes of our operations, teams, and industry.
My name is Terrian, and I started with Gulf Relay back in April of 2022. And the position that I hold now is a local driver. I said, well, let me try driving. I love to drive. I love sightseeing. So I said, I'm trying driving. And I saw, at first, I was kind of skeptical about it because it was a lot of women driving. And I was like, well, they're going to judge me. That's not my career path. I've never drove 18-wheelers. How would people look at me? And then once I got that out of my head, I achieved it. I got my license in 2 days. Well, my permit in 2 days. And I actually got the driver's license within 3 weeks. Before I started truck driving, I was actually in manufacturing first, and I got laid off. I was in manufacturing. I started probably in my early 20s after I tried school and school didn't kind of work out. I said, well, I need to work because I've created bills and I got to pay them. So manufacturing was quick money, and I liked it because I was around people and I liked to talk. So manufacturing it was. Then once I got laid off, I got into sales. And I like sales because I can touch more of my feminine side. I could dress up, be myself, and once I stopped that, the money wasn't there as far as manufacturing. It was a little less than what I was getting paid. So I kind of wanted to balance things out. So that's when I started saying, hey, I need to do something. I'm getting older and I needed something to work out. So I decided to try trucking. When I was over the road, I kept asking my dispatch, hey, I want to go local because I was dedicated to the company, and he was telling me, no, we need you over the road. And I said, no, well, I'm a dedicated driver, meaning not just dedicated as far as my route, but I'm dedicated to this company. So I thought maybe that he would find me a local route, and he never found a local route. So I told him that I'm going to put a 2-week notice in that I'll be looking for a local route. It wasn't just leaving the company because I don't do that. And I started seeing Gulf Relay trucks. And I so happened to be in Ward, Mississippi, and I saw a Gulf Relay driver that I knew. And I said, hey, how long have you been driving for this company? And he was like, well, I've been driving twice. Like, I started, I quit, and I came back. I said, well, it must be a good company you went back. You quit and you came back. So he was saying yes. So I said, well, give me a number, or can you refer me, or like, what is it? And I was kind of nervous about it because I know that local income is different from over the road income. And I just decided to do it because I actually, an incident happened at my job. I hurt myself. And I said, well, yeah, it's time for me. And then too, also what I like about Gulf Relay is no touch freight. It's all drop and hook. It's no touch freight. And when I was OTR, my favorite place to visit, honestly, I actually liked Florida. I wanted to stay there. I wanted to live, but it was a big jump from Mississippi to Florida, and I have no family there. So, and I've actually visited Florida several times. So I think it's the water. It's kind of exotic. I like exotic in some areas. What pushed me to wanna do local, I hurt my finger and I hurt my back. I was pulling doubles. And I could have went back to dry van, but I didn't want to because once you're in a position, like, okay, if you're over the road, you're over the road. If you're regional, you're regional. Um, and I actually got my endorsements to pull doubles. So that was the thing with that company that I was with. I got my endorsements to drive doubles, and that's what it was. I couldn't hop around, which I could, but they had already filled the position, and that's what actually drove me. Well, that's one of the things that drove me, and being closer to my family is the second that drove me to want to be local. As an OTR driver, I saw my family maybe twice out of the week, maybe 3 times if I was coming through Mississippi. I do want to be around my parents because my parents, they go through different things. And with me being, I'm not the only sibling, but my other siblings have things going on. Like my sister, she's in college, and my oldest sister, she has children. So I'm the only one without children, and I feel that it's a responsibility that I can hold and I do hold when it comes down to my parents. Yeah, I want to be there for them, being that I'm not the one that has anything going on. So as for local, I am at home every night, and over the road I was not. And that was a big thing that I wanted to do, and I kept telling him, which is my dispatch, that, hey, I need to be home every night. I want to be home every night. I've done my time over the road, and I really feel like I deserve to be local. And he could not find me a local position, and that's when I came to Go Freelay, and I said, hey, I'm calling them. And I called Miss Nikki at the time, and she talked to me. I think it took 2 weeks for her to call, and she said, hey, Terrian, we have an opening. Are you still interested? And I said, yes, sign me up. And I was in the next week. Justin Stewart, he's the best. I'm telling you, he is. When I first started, I don't stay in the area. I stay probably an hour and 30 minutes away. And I was driving back and forth to work in my car, and I was like, oh my God. And then that's when fuel went up. Fuel went up so high. And I was like, well, Justin, I don't think I can do this. And he was like, what's wrong? Talk to me, tell me what's going on. I said, well, I'm working, but I'm spending almost $90 or more in gas in my car. Then I have to come get the truck and then do my routes. I said, I'm not complaining. I didn't know the economy was gonna do this. And he said, okay, you don't have anywhere to park your truck. And I said, oh, I can take my truck home? And he said, yes, you can take your truck home. So I end up having to find a lot to park, a safe haven, they call it, to park my truck. And I had to pay a fee. And I told Justin that, hey, I found somewhere to park my truck, and everything worked out. And, I don't have any issue with the runs that I have. Like, hey, I want to do this or I want to do that. It's always good. Like, the runs that I have are always good. Something that I've come to enjoy with Go Relay is how Mr. David in safety, he always talks about God. And I think everybody needs God. And we go through tough times in our life all the time, trying to find our way. And he's right on time. And he passed out Bibles not too long ago, and his mom actually handmade some bookmarks for, I don't know if it was for the drivers or just, the company itself, but we all needed that, and it was right on time. And that's one thing that I love about this company. They're not afraid to talk about the spiritual side. Another thing I love about the company, they know your names. They don't say, hey, truck number this, or the person that came in last week, they actually know your name. And when you call them, they know your name as well. So that's a good thing. And everyone is friendly, from the shop workers to, like I said, the corporate workers, the office workers, everyone. And if they can't find the answer, they'll get it. A funny story, while I was over the road, this lady passed me, and we were already going the same speed, and it was a vehicle in front of me. And I'm like, why is she driving so fast? Why is she passing me? So she gets probably 2 miles down the highway. She's pulled over. I was so glad that the cop got her. I said, because why are you passing me? Everybody's going the same speed limit. So that was a funny story. And I wish I could have got out and said, that's what you get for passing me. But that's
So you're a little petty.
I am, because I am a safe driver. So with her doing that, I was glad she got a ticket, if she got one.
Yeah.
She can
Probably
edit
did.
that out.
Nice.
So being a female driver, things have been good. Versus if I was a male, like when I get to my shipper or my receiver, I get special treatment because of my pretty face. But I don't think I would get special treatment if I was a male, because I guess they think males can do everything. But sometimes people, have conditions to where, okay, just because I can open the door today, my shoulder may be hurting, I can't open it tomorrow. And some people see that and they'll get out the truck and help you. And I think because I am a female, a lot of male drivers, they will help. And it's been good, but it's been scary as well to kind of get out your truck and do your procedure and turn around. It's a male figure behind you, and you're like, oh, wait, what? And he just want to help. So it's kind of bittersweet, it's in between because you honestly don't know if they want to help or if they want to take you. But I guess you'll know because the people that do want to help, they kind of give you your personal space and they're like, hey, and they're talking to you once they're approaching you versus someone actually standing close to you when you turn around and say, hey, do you need help? Like, no, I don't. No, I got it. I think I researched it for a whole 2 years before I actually jumped into it. I think I was researching it back in 2019 because my dad actually drove trucks for 15 years. So it was me growing up around trucks. I used to wash his trucks and he said, hey, I got money for you. And it's like pocket change. I thought it was money, but it was just pocket change. So me growing up around trucks and having to wash it, I already knew about it. I felt comfortable enough to get into the industry, but what happened was I started thinking, hey, if I get these trucks, who are going to drive them? I can't drive them because I don't have a CDL. So that's how I ended up getting in school, getting a CDL on top of that because I said, okay, I failed at a lot of my jobs. So let me do this the right way. Let me draw out a map. And that's when I started drawing out my map saying that, okay, this is what it is going to be. This is what it's going to be. I can't purchase this. I can purchase this. And God changed it and said, hey, I want you to go to school. I want you to learn how to drive your own truck so that you can get in there and drive yourself. So when I got here, everything was good local. So I said, okay, I'm going to stay local because I had time enough to go to work, get off at a decent time, and still have time enough, after hours to do what I needed to do. So everything was in line then. So I said, hey, no, I'm not leasing anything.
God made it so much easier on you.
He did. He did. It's just that when we rush things, we can't see the bigger picture. So that's why I'm glad I chose Go Relay.